Hi there. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of trench crusade builds all over the internet, so I figured I might as well give it a shot. And I'm not gonna lie to you, at first, the first time I saw it, I actually thought it said French Crusade, and I'm thinking to myself, cool, Napoleonic Wars. I could totally build the hell out of Waterloo or something. Anyway, it was just a bad font and I bigger than the Fifth Element. So to make something a little bit more original, I kind of mashed up the two, Trench Crusades and the Fifth Element. And we'll see what happens. Now I'm just gonna stack a bunch of scrap foam to make some sort of mound for my transmitter. That looks like a good height. I'm just gonna texture it a little bit, add some eroded sections on the edge of the mound. I just do a quick slice with a knife. This is even quicker. I like reusing these little clippings as rubble, like mounds of rubble. That way it's a nice way to recycle these little pieces. Plus it covers up all the edges and the gaps that may show when you stack foam together. That looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna make a bunker under the mound itself, just shaping a few pieces of foam. It's pretty crude, but it's a start of something. All right, same deal with texturing. Now I'm gonna add random shapes to the bunker to make it not look so plain and vanilla. So I'm gonna make it a little bit more, what is this, 1 2 3 4 5 6 hexagon shape, I guess. Making the door a little bit smaller so it doesn't look like it's just a shed or something. Alright, using some more of these little bits and pieces to cover the edges, cover the gaps. Looks pretty good. And here's my antenna. That's a preview of what it's going to look like. Supreme being, that's for sure. Okay, now I'm going to make the base. This big piece of foam here. Be careful not to cut your fingers when you do this. I tend to get a little careless and get really close to my thumbs. I'm just texturing it with aluminum foil ball. Well, this is a big piece, so I decided to use 2 pieces of aluminum foil. Now I'm using these packing foam. I saved it for, possible future use. I don't really know what I was thinking at the time, but now it seems like it's a good idea. To be honest though, I've never used this for crafting, but it's good filler. And I'm not too sure how it's gonna take paint. So I guess it's a big gamble, but we'll see, I guess. Big ridges. I'm just creating big ridges and, well, it's trenches, I should say. I'm making trenches. And I'm hoping to make this modular, so I'm going to make other pieces that can connect to this one big piece that I have. So I'm leaving gaps that I can possibly put pathways and tunnels later on. Alright, same trick with the gap fillers. I have plenty of these little scraps, that's for sure. Now I'm going to make wooden planks. And here they are. They're just basically like wooden plank pathways because, in trenches, things tend to get really muddy. So they make wooden plank pathways. That way they don't sink in the mud. I really have to make a lot of these, that's for sure. Put some on the top parts of the trenches also because, hey, they tend to walk on those top parts as well. One quick tip to keep in mind when you're building something that's like futuristic, you always need like corrugated metal. And I see a lot of people using cardboard, like to peel off the flat surface, those wavy corrugated looking cardboard pieces. But what I like to do is when I buy takeout or microwavable meals, I like saving these containers, and they have these like awesome corrugated parts to it. It's hard to see with that light. Here you go. So you see this part right here, and these, you can see them perfectly right here. This is a cracker container. Same with these donut. I actually just finished the donuts in this thing, but you have these, and you just cut off these little sections, and you got yourself corrugated metal for whatever you need. Okay, so now I'm just cutting these corrugated metal looking pieces and just cutting them into sheets. Pretty simple. Now I'm just going to place them randomly where I think the Crusaders would have put the sheets on. I think it's basically placed on the walls of the trenches to keep the mud from running off and collapsing the trench. Plus, I think it also has something to do with holding in the heat. Now, a cheap and quick, easy way to make barricades is just I'm using these used up coffee filters. Just rolling it up, and I'm gonna cut them into rectangles and just pile them up. I mean, they look very basic, but it'll work for what I want it to do. Hi there. So this is where I'm at with my Trench Crusade slash Fifth Element build. So you got the Supreme Being up here as the transmitter as opposed to the cross. And yeah, it's coming along really well. I'm gonna make this modular. So I have these little openings on each sides and in the middle, and I'm gonna maybe build a few more add-on pieces to this eventually. And sticking with the Fifth Element theme, I'm thinking those attached modular pieces are gonna have something to do with the those statues for different elements for the Fifth Element. So pretty happy with it so far. Well, here it is. Pretty cool. I mean, you have your standard trench here, all kinds of crazy things going on, some barbed wires, corrugated metal sheets, and of course you have your transmitter up here, which is the Supreme Being. And if you're familiar with the Fifth Element, you know that's Lilu Dallas.
Lilu Dallas Multipass.
Anyway, I was hoping to make this modular so you can play on the inside of the bunker, but I did not want this to come off and on because it's polymer clay and I don't want it to get damaged. So I just left it hollow in the back, so it's still playable, although it's a tight space in there, but it's still doable. Pretty cool looking.